Hey guys, I'm Kerosene Kimmy, and this is a video about what not to do when you are selling on Whatnot. I have been a buyer on Whatnot for a few months now, and I've been in some streams that have made me cringe. I have learned quite a few things from other sellers of what not to do on Whatnot. As a buyer on Whatnot, it is very addictive. You go into streams saying, I'm not buying anything, I'm not interested in anything, and then you buy stuff. So, I want to share what I have learned as an addict buyer to help some of you sellers who might be trying to sell on Whatnot and maybe not being as successful. The first thing you want to not do when you're selling on Whatnot is walk around with your camera showing everything that you have. We don't want to see your entire house of inventory. We want to know what we can buy. A lot of the times when people are walking around with their camera, they're missing the comments where people are asking questions or wanting an item to be ran because you're walking around and you're distracted. So you don't want to do that. A lot of times I'll see something that I might want to buy and I'm interested in, but by the time you've moved around your entire house, I'm no longer interested in that item and I'm not going to buy it. So always try to have your inventory ready to go for your show and stick to that inventory only. You also want to make sure that your items are loaded in the store. Now, you don't have to take the best pictures. You don't even have to take pictures at all. But you need to have items listed in the store so that people kind of know what to expect out of your show. You also don't want to grab an item and say, I have this Coach purse. Does anybody want me to run it? You want me to run this? I can run this. I'll run it if anybody's interested. Is anybody interested? I can run this. Don't do that. Because like I said, Whatnot is an addiction. So you're going to be playing off of people's addiction. If you're standing there with your purse and you're just like, you want it? You want me to run it? You want me to run it? As an addict, I'm not going to tell you yes. But if you press that run item button, then that temptation is there for me to buy that item. I now know how much it's going to cost. I know how much the shipping is going to be. And I start playing it in my head of, okay, yeah, I'm going to buy that. And I'm going to buy that. That's just how it works. You can't sit there and just hold your item and expect for people to say, yeah, run that. Because they're not always going to do that. So make sure that whenever you are trying to sell an item, you are running it to have it be sold. Otherwise, it's probably not going to sell. That being said, make sure all of your items are listed in your store. Run through all of your items. If there's still items left in your store after you've run through all your items, run through them again and again and again. Sometimes Whatnot is a waiting game. The right buyer might not be in your show when it starts, but they might be in your show when you're about to end it. So make sure that you are running through your items multiple times. Now, I'm guilty of this too, where I've run through my items twice, 3 times, and I'm starting to think, okay, there's not interest. People don't want my stuff, and I'm going to end my show. So I start saying, hey, I have stuff in my store. Go check it out. I'll be here for another few minutes. It's always a bad idea to do that. Because when you say, I'm going to get off, so do your buyers. They leave. Because they're not going to pay that shipping on one item and then not get a few more. You also want to make sure that your attitude is happy and joyful and excited. Because I've been in shows where sellers have really bad attitudes. You can tell that they don't want to be doing this. You can tell that for whatever reason they've got a chip on their shoulder. And that's just not fun to be around. And it's not going to get you sales. I was in one show one night where this guy had vintage t-shirts. And he was selling them or starting the bids off at $1. And as the show goes on, he gets upset because his shirts are selling for $1. And I'm not talking about like, oh man, my shirt sold for $1. That's unfortunate. He's like, you guys are awful. I can't believe I'm doing this. I've put in so much time and effort into this show, and you guys are letting this stuff sell for $1. Dude, bye. You can't be like that. If you list it for $1 and it sells for $1, you can't be upset. I've also been in other shows where the seller is just, you can tell they've run the items a few times and they're upset that nobody wants it. That happens. Your buyer is not always going to be in your show. And you might have to run items a few times in a few shows, and that's just how it is. It's a game. It's a gamble. And if you're going to be a seller on Whatnot, you have to be prepared for that. You also don't want to spend too much time talking about one item. I have this item here. I'm going to show you the inside of this item. I'm going to show you the outside. I'm going to talk about any flaws that might be on this item, and then I'm going to run this item. You don't want to sit there and tell your whole life story with this item. You know, I got this at a thrift store and I've had it forever and I wanted to keep it, but I'm not going to keep it, and I, you know, really like it, and I think you're really going to like it, and I just want to show you it. I want to show you it 1,000,000 times, and then I'm not going to run it. That's annoying. And a lot of us don't have time to sit on your stream for hours while you hold up the same item over and over and over again and never actually run it. As a new reseller, I am guilty of this too. So take it with a grain of salt. I don't always know everything there is to know about my item that I'm selling, but you want to make it appear like you do. So, you're trying to sell a VHS, and you've never used one of these before. You have no idea how it works. So don't talk about it too long. You're gonna say, I got this VHS. It's from 2000. It's in great condition. It works. The box is fine. Run the item. Don't sit there and say something silly like, if the tape comes out, you can just wind this back. You can't. I don't know. I don't have a really great example. But, you know, if you don't know a whole lot about your item, then don't pretend to. Just be short and sweet with it and sell it. Back to getting upset during your stream. As a new seller on Whatnot, you're not going to have a lot of people in your show. You're not going to have a whole lot of sales because you're just not going to get the views. So when you run a giveaway and you've got 7 people in your stream and only 3 people have entered the giveaway, don't sit there and be like, you guys, this is free. Why aren't you entering the giveaway? I can't understand. This is free. Just enter the giveaway. Enter my giveaway. Why don't you guys want this? Don't do that. If only 3 people entered that giveaway, run that giveaway, because those 3 people want what you have to sell. They want that discounted shipping to be able to buy more from you. If there's other people in your stream who aren't entering the giveaway, maybe they're not interested in buying, and so they didn't want to enter. Maybe they are not in international shipping. You never know. So don't sit there and get upset with the people who are interacting in your stream versus the people who are not. You never know why they're not entering the stream or entering the giveaway on your stream, so just roll with it. Don't get upset for any reason during your live stream. I cannot stress this enough. If you're a new seller on Whatnot, you're gonna need to do some things to get your audience built, like giveaways. A lot of people will do a giveaway at the beginning of their stream, and then they'll sell a few items and do another giveaway. But a great way to keep your audience is to do a big giveaway at the end of your show. So Mackenzie Posh Boss does that. She gives away a small item in the beginning, a small item after she's sold a few items, and then at the end of her show, she always gives away a Starbucks tumbler. And that has built her audience. Now, I don't know what the deal with Starbucks tumblers are, but they're super popular. So if you can find something that is super popular, Starbucks tumblers, Squishmallows, things like that that are going to keep your audience in your show all the way through your show, you're going to have a much better success rate. Now, we don't always want what these sellers have, but we're sitting there, we're looking at it, we're watching them sell this stuff, and more than likely, because of the Whatnot addiction, we're going to buy it just because we're still just sitting there waiting for the end giveaway. Theme shows are also really fun. When you have a full theme, like Disney or Renaissance or whatever, it keeps buyers interested. It keeps us in your stream long enough for us to see the stuff and then maybe think, I could use that, or, oh, that's cute. And we're going to buy stuff that we don't want and we don't need just because you are being entertaining, your show is fun, and we're just hanging out. We're going to spend the money. So you want to make sure that you have a reason for your buyers to be hanging out. That's how you are successful on Whatnot. So what do you do if you have a show going and no one's buying anything? Sometimes you just need to sit there and hang out with whoever is in your live stream. You need to talk with them, you need to engage with them, and wait on a few more people to drop in. Now, while you're sitting there talking, you might notice 1 or 2 people come in. You want to go ahead and show some of the things while you're talking. So you're asking Joe about his day, and you're talking about what they had done that day, what they ate. But you're also going to be like, yeah, I had nachos for dinner and I've got this purse for sale. And you're just going to want to like hang out for a little bit until you've hit that next mark where there's new interest in your show. This isn't always successful, but the longer that you run your show, the more opportunity you have to make the sales. Okay, so to recap. Don't walk around your house showing every single bit of inventory that you have. Create a show, show that inventory, run that inventory, and it'll sell. Have incentive for your shows. Do some giveaways. Have a theme. Make it interesting and make people want to be there for your show. Do not get angry for any reason during your live stream. Just don't. People don't want to see that. It doesn't make us want to buy. Also, just have fun during your shows. If you're having fun, then the people in your shows are going to have fun. And it's as simple as that. I hope that you guys have enjoyed this video, and if you're interested in more content on Whatnot and reselling, make sure that you're subscribed, and I will see you guys on the next one.